guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Don't forget to ring the notification bell below so that when I post new videos you get your first to get notified. And if you're already here and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, share, like, and let's get to it. So today's video we'll be talking about things which I wish or you should know if you want to consider engineering as your major or your career. So for those who do not know, I studied my bachelor in electronics and communication engineering. So in other places they just simply call it telecommunications engineering. So there are a lot of things which I wish I would have known before taking the course. That is because in high school I majored in science, but I studied PCB, which is like it's a combination in Tanzania, which includes physics, chemistry, and biology. So normally people who study that, the main focus is to be doctors or like in health sector such as nurses, pharmacy, and something like that. So I studied PCB with the vision of becoming a doctor or a nurse. Those were my priority things which I wanted to do, but in life things happens and you have you take different routes. It happens sometimes, and for me it was because I loved physics also. So even choosing between medicine and other engineering courses, it was a bit tough because I love to physics. So I wish there could be at that time I wish I would have known like there could be subjects like biomedical engineering where there is the connection between physics and biology. So maybe that could have been something which would have worked for me. But at that time, since the competition for medicine especially, that is known in many countries, but in my country especially was so tough, and a lot of people passed so well. So there were different situations where some of us were not so lucky. So I went for my second what should I say, my second major, which was also my preference, which is majoring in engineering courses. So I selected electronics and communication engineering. But there are things which I wished I would have known before selecting that. Maybe it was also the influence of society and my parents also, my family also, you know, like saying that you are selecting engineering, that is a good thing, like it's a good job, like a lot of things which involves that. So I think I'm in a position where I could advise someone who plans to study for engineering or wants to have a career in engineering, because I've passed through that. So you learn by experience. They said nothing beats experience. So that is why I decided to make this video. So the first important thing, if you want to be an engineer or you want to major in engineering, is the passion. So the question to ask yourself, like, are you choosing engineering just because your parents want you to study that, or just because you think that you get more pay than other courses, or you think some people also like that fact that when they say to people, I'm studying engineering, oh, you must be smart, or even those kind of things. I think in one word we could say the respect from the society. So first thing you have to know the reason. Is it really your passion, or are you someone who likes to create things, like discover things, analyze things? Because engineering is about all those things, like many things, science, mathematics, analytics, everything combined. So do you really want to be someone who does that, or is only because someone is studying that, or because your uncle, your aunt studied that, so you want to keep it is a family tradition. So that is very important to know. If you're not going there for your passion or it's something you love, you might want to think about it, because the second point is talking about, are you willing to work hard? Because let me tell you, engineering is not a child's play. So it's not something you say like, I will wait and then maybe study, tomorrow is the exam, or we study that and then that is it. So it needs hard work. It needs hard work, not only just hard work, more than hard work. And it's okay, I'm not to say that other majors are easy or something like that, but in engineering you need to do much like more work. Like studying only class notes is not going to be enough. You have to study class notes, you have to read books, you have to go Google. Like there used to be a saying in my country, like when I graduate I would say thank you my family for paying my fees, and I would also like to thank Google because he was also my teacher, something like that. So you have to be internet friendly, because in the internet you get to know new technology, new things, like because not all things are taught in class. You should also know that, like if you see people creating apps, don't think like in class they will be taking step by step. So here you will start here, you create this picture, this color, nothing like that. So they will teach according to their syllabus, which most of times they're not up to date with the new technology, because technology changes every day. So you will need to work harder, like study the class material, read books, go in the internet and search what is new, like what do you require. If you are studying electronics, what softwares do you need to know, so that to be an employable engineer, not an engineer with a degree in engineering. So this is very important. And another thing is, if you have a chance or an opportunity, it's best also to register when you are in the university, to register in these camps, boot camps or university camp. If there is a club, science club in the university, just register in those, because you will need the skills, and when you go to those places you get something new to learn, you get updated in the things which are going on in the technological world. So it is important. Like in Tanzania, most of the universities, I don't know much about the government universities because I studied in a private university, but I remember in second year and third year we have field study. This field studies, we call it like that, but it's sort of internship, but it's just it's part of the courses. Like you have eight courses, and the 9th one is called field study. So you will choose the company. So let's say if I studied electrical, I will choose the Tanzania Electrical Company and apply there. And because it's the system which is in the country, companies know that students in second year and third year, they will have to do the field study. So when you have your letters, you have your letter from your head of department, you just send in those companies, and then they take you as a field student. So you will be there for 2.5 months to 3 months. You will learn physically, not things like at school where you write everything, you just read books and some practically. So you will go there and learn practically. So that kinds of help in my country. What I notice in Italy is some courses they have that, some courses they do not have that. So you have to be the one to say, oh, I want to do, like in vacation or summer period, I will ask for those summer camps where they teach things, to create things, if it is games or apps or something like that. So make sure to register those kinds of things, because it's not enough only to have the materials and books, because if you go outside in the real world, it's not all the things which we read in the books which are applicable. So some parts which, so it depends. Maybe in electronics you are dealing with, in class you are studying both in hardware and software, but probably you will find a job which deals only with software. So it is important to get to the real world and in the practical world, so that it also helps you to know like which side you like to work on mostly. Like if you are a programmer, do you like front-end programming, or what do you like? So it's easier when you are outside and you see how it is, like you see how people work. Like for example, me, I did electronics and telecommunication. Okay, there is half part of electronics and half part of telecommunications, but before I didn't know which one was something which I like. But going outside and working in the practical areas, I noticed that I like more the second part, which is the telecommunication, more than the electronic part. So if you are about to study or you want to major in engineering, those are the important things you have to know. And not only that, you have to be keen, or you are well versed, what is many English words, you are very good in mathematics and physics. Okay, it doesn't matter. So for me, I don't know, I have never been a mathematics person, but when you go to an engineering course, there is no choice, you have to, because most of engineering courses, they require mathematical knowledge, not only simple mathematics. So probably if you're not so good, you still can learn in the university, but if you know, it makes the things a little bit bearable, not easy, but a bit bearable. So you should know that. You should also be someone who likes to analyze things. So even if you are a programmer, you will have to look at those codes, and if you are getting a bug or an error, you have to check the code and see, like, why am I getting this, and everything is okay. So this mind has to be analytical, like analyze things in a scientific, technical way. So it is very important to know that. And for me, I wished I would have known that. And if you are studying, it depends on the kind of engineering you are taking, but what I noticed, doesn't matter which engineering you are taking, coding is very important. So for me, when I studied electronics and telecommunication, we actually studied, even in class, the only language we studied and only basic level was C language, and maybe programming of microcontrollers and a little bit of PCB design, just only basic. But I want to tell you, those are the things you have to learn yourself, because even in school they will not teach you everything. They will just go through the basics and that is it. After, they will not tell you that, so we are actually teaching the basic, but you have to go and learn everything. They will never tell you that, because you are an engineering student, you have to figure things out. So those are the important things. You have to know coding. So if you do not know those complicated coding, maybe you're not a computer engineering student, you are just a mechanical engineering student, or electronics or biomedical, something, you have to know some codes, like it's at least C programming, Java, and Python, which is not so hard compared to the first two. And you also have to know some softwares, so you have to do a research, like, no, okay, I'm going to study electronics. So to be a good electronic engineer, what do I need? Like, what is in the market? What is commonly used? Something like that. So do your research so well. For example, in electrical engineering, the softwares which are commonly used, MATLAB is the first thing. Like, electrical engineering student with MATLAB is like ugali na mboga in Swahili. It's like it's like two things which they go together. So you have to know that if you're going to do electrical engineering. If you are going also to do electronics, maybe circuit designing is very important. So you have to know maybe Proteus or other design programs. You also have to know MATLAB. MATLAB actually is the base for almost all engineering courses, because I did telecommunication also. When you are dealing with digital signal processing, MATLAB is very important. So you have to research all those. You have to know the languages which are used, like the softwares. There is AutoCAD, there is a lot of software, so you have to know all of that. I will do another video which will talk about the softwares which you have to know for different engineering majors, or I will sum them up and to list all of them for which will apply for all engineering majors probably. And then maybe the languages, programming languages which you have to know. Okay, even you might say that, oh, I'm actually studying mechanical engineering, but I wouldn't need this C language or something. But actually in the long run, you should, if you go and see job advertisement, you should also look at that. You will see there like the position is a mechanical engineer, and then when you go down, scroll down, you see that, okay, you should know this, you should know, but you're like, but this is like software for electrical engineering or something. So it's very important to know what is going on outside the world, because technology changes every day, and so as technology changes, you also have to update yourself. And doing an engineering course, that means you study all your life. I think learning is part of the process in each work. And excuse me, my phone is. So learning is part and parcel of an engineer. You learn every day because technology keeps changing. So like today you know this, tomorrow you are going to have to learn about something else. So if you are getting into this field, know that you have to learn. Like you will learn until the last day of your life. Like it's interesting that new things, new technology comes out and you learn new things. And for me, it's, when I see new like AI systems and something, it's exciting. But you have to be someone who likes to learn and discover new things. So don't choose engineering or course or major or career only if you want to please someone, or if you want to be seen as a certain intelligent person in the society. So choose it if you really feel it. Otherwise, you will just have a bachelor, like you got your bachelor in engineering, but you won't work there. No, and I'm not saying that if you have a bachelor, okay, some people just like the aspect of creating and things, so they go into engineering, but later on probably they see something else more interesting. Like me, I studied engineering, I like to create and things, but I still like social sciences. Like if I see something concerning biology, health, pharmacy or something, like it interests me, and I like to study and know. If I see articles and things concerning sales or something, I just read because I love those. And since I started that, and I love that, but it doesn't mean that I also hate engineering. No, I love also that. So it has to come from the heart. So don't do it because someone else is doing it. Don't do it because your friends are doing that. Because here in Italy, I see friends choosing the same thing, the same class, because their friends chose that, and that is going to give you a hard time in the long run. So just choose it because you feel it from the heart, Okay, so today that will be it, and meet me in the next one in Penina's Little Corner. We talk about different things which are tips, advice. Sometimes you may get to laugh. So I have another video coming up soon, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And so I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget that learning is a process, and each day we learn new things and we grow from learning new things. Here from Italy, I say ciao ciao.